Hello guys, happy Friday. Today is day 9 of my journey. I am very excited. Firstly, I'm going to tell you it's not the perfect journey. And I'm kind of happy about that because this is true. This is the way the fitness journey, the weight loss journey is. You have your ups and downs, you have life that intrudes, right? It's just coming up with strategies on how to continue going when life intrudes. So, for instance, my boy was sick. He got sick last night. He came home from school yesterday. He had a fever, and then last night about 2 o'clock in the morning, he woke up and vomited everywhere. And of course, he woke up his mother, which is fine because I told him to call me if anything. And right, you have kids, that's what happens. So he didn't go to school today. And because he didn't go to school today, he kind of sort of messed up my schedule, right? I told him he could sleep in my bedroom, sleep under my covers if he wanted to, and he did. I love my son. He's a mama's boy, I'm not going to lie. So he was like, yes. So when I got back home, I couldn't come here and do my regular schedule. I had to pivot. And here I am pivoting. But I'm still on track. It's not perfect. However, I wouldn't want it any other way. Right? I want to lose the weight. I want to get fit, even though, or with life intruding. With schedules being changed, with things just popping up out of nowhere. And that's life. And I think the more we do that, the more we learn to hit our goals while still dealing with life, is life-changing. It's good. I didn't do my inner work yet. I'm going to do it after I finish here today, right now. But I'm not going to let it go. I did do a session with this girl, and we did do some inner work today, which is fantastic. It was good. I'm not going to say her business because it's not mine to say, but the session was fantastic. Right? I don't talk about my clients, or rather I don't give details because it's private, but it was a good session. And hopefully she has received a lot from it, as I also receive, because when my clients get help, when they receive something, I also receive something as well. So it's beautiful. Beautiful. But today I want to talk about a few things. I was reading an article and they were talking about how cancer is prevalent. People under the age of 50 are getting cancer more often. And they were talking about lung cancer, and apparently women were high on the list. So I don't remember exactly how long they were following them, but I'm gonna say for maybe 5-10 years, right? It was an experiment or a study that was done over time, and there was one thing in common that they had for those who had a higher risk of cancer, and you will never in a million years guess what that was. You ready? Fruits, vegetables, and greens. The women, those aren't women, and men too, but it was mostly women because it was a lot of women. The ones who ate the healthiest were the ones who had the highest risk of getting cancer, specifically lung cancer, and they were non-smokers. That's wild. I truly don't think it's the actual fruits and vegetables. I mean, they're good for you. It has to be something else. So as I was reading the article, I'm thinking perhaps it's pesticides, maybe. And the article concluded with the same theory. They believe that it's not necessarily the fruits, vegetables, or grains, but rather where they are being grown. And so the environment. So it is the pesticides. Certain vegetables, fruits have a higher concentration of pesticides. Some have multiple pesticides. As a matter of fact, the number one vegetable that was on the list has a neurotoxin for pesticide, a pesticide neurotoxin, which is crazy. We don't know how to do, how that actually affects us, but there is a correlation with higher risk of cancer. So I have the list here of fruits and vegetables that may promote cancer. I say because it's so sad, right? All these pesticides. So it's the premise, the story here is that we should buy more organic. Yeah. Spend a little extra, buy organic. You can't outrun cancer sometimes, right? If you're meant to have it or whatever the case may be, or whatever, But both my parents died from cancer, so if you can do anything to avoid it, lessen your chances of getting it, then please do. All right, so this is the list of the dirtiest, and dirtiest means that the most pesticide-filled veggies are. Number one is spinach. That's the one with the neurotoxin, my friends. Then we have kale, collard, and mustard greens, strawberries, which are so delicious, grapes, nectarines, peaches, cherries, apples, blackberries, pears, potatoes, and blueberries. Yep, those are 3 dozen. Those have the highest amount of pesticides. And like suggesting is to buy organic or to peel the skin if you can, like on the peaches and whatnot. Now, of course, I'm not gonna leave you with what you shouldn't be eating or what we should take more care when we eat, right? More care eating the fruit, vegetable, or grain. But foods, this list that's coming up now, are veggies and fruits that have the least amount of pesticides. And I believe it is, as I'm looking at the list, a lot of it just has a shell that covers it, right? So for instance, pineapples, the least amount. Sweet corn, avocados, papayas, onions, frozen sweet peas, asparagus, cabbage, watermelon, cauliflower, bananas, mangoes, carrots, mushrooms, and kiwi. I was surprised when mushroom was on the list, right? Because mushroom is a literal fungi. However, those actually make the list for the cleanest amount of veggies that you can eat. I'm not saying you can't eat spinach. I'm just saying that we have to spend extra cash and buy the organic version. I'm going to go one step further. And I know this because I have clients that go to the deli every day and they get a salad from there. So maybe they should be asking the deli, is that salad organic or not? Right? Hey, listen, it's not perfect, but cancer sucks big time. And if we can make our life easier, so good. Also, exercise. Exercise has been shown. People who work out more, people who have a healthier weight, tend to have less mortality, less disease, mortality. They live longer, right? Longevity. They say less mortality, but people die anyway. But you have a higher risk of living a longer life. Let's put it that way. You can live longer through exercise, healthy weight, and eating foods that are good for you. In this case, these foods here have to be more organic than not. I know. But anyway, today's day 9. And though it's not perfect, I'm still on it. And it is not perfect, but it is completely realistic. Tomorrow I'm going to come, I'm going to work out, and I am working on my menu for next week. Because I'm going to lock it in, people. Lock it in. Now that it's 9 days have taught me. It's more like data, I'm going to say, right? It was 9 days of data. I'm going to add the weekend, too, for data. Second weekend. And then I'm going to come up with a plan, making it better for next week and beyond. And then, I'll readjust every week if I have to. I'm very excited. Anyway, guys, have a great day. And remember, organic, 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 or peel the fruit. However, it does take away some nutrients and fiber.